Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Chef Dama. It's Thanksgiving time and it's my favorite time of the year. And for all you chefs, it really should be your favorite time because Thanksgiving is a holiday that's centered around food. And what could make us happier, right? Now this year I'm going a little non-traditional. It's just going to be a very intimate gathering with a few friends. And I don't want to cook a whole turkey because it's just going to be a waste for a small gathering. I'm going to be going in another direction. I'm going to be cooking pork tenderloin. I love pork tenderloin. It's absolutely a juicy piece of meat and it is fantastic. It's small enough for the intimate gathering that I have. So this year it's going to be pork tenderloin stuffed with traditional Thanksgiving stuffing. Without any further ado, my friends, let's cook! So here I have a pork tenderloin that I got from my butcher shop. It is a beautiful piece of meat. This part of the animal hardly does any work, hence there's not much muscle development. It's just pure flesh that's absolutely delicious. As you can see, the size is perfect. It's about 1.5 pounds, and that's going to be more than adequate for slices for just me and the few friends and my wife. So we're going to stuff this, but of course we need to first make a traditional Thanksgiving stuffing. So first things first, let's get started with the stuffing. We'll start our stuffing by finely chopping some onions. Next, we'll peel and chop some carrots. Follow that by finely dicing some celery. Smash, peel, and cut off the wooden stems of the garlic and give it a fine mince. Next, we'll finely chop some apples. Any variety will do. Follow this with bacon. Bacon. And now our aromatics. Some sage leaves, some rosemary, and some thyme. Give it all a very fine mince. And now we gather our ingredients together. In a nice heavy bottom pan, melt a little bit of butter. Add the bacon and saute well for a few minutes. Next, we add the garlic. Follow that by our aromatic vegetables. Add some salt, a few turns of pepper, and when the vegetables are soft, we add in the apples. Some dried cranberries to give it that festive touch, and our herbs. Now a little chicken stock and use that to deglaze the pan. In a food processor, grind some toasted bread to make some fine breadcrumbs. Follow the same procedure with some Ritz crackers. Combine the breadcrumbs and the Ritz cracker crumbs with your sauteed vegetables. Next, add in a little chicken stock to moisten and 1 beaten egg. Mix well to combine. That stuffing looks fantastic. And while it's cooling down, I'm now going to prepare to stuff the pork tenderloin. To prepare the pork for stuffing, trim the tenderloin of all the fat. Now there, that little portion is called the silver skin, which you need to get rid of. Once your pork is trimmed, take off all the extra bits of meat and start slicing across the length of the tenderloin. You want to go very slowly and in gradual strokes and slowly open up the tenderloin. This process is known as butterflying. And soon you have a flattened piece of pork. Cover this with a piece of plastic cling wrap. Sprinkle a little water on this and using a rolling pin or a steak hammer, gently pound to further flatten this piece of meat. There you go. Now take a little bit of the stuffing and press it onto the pork tenderloin, leaving about a 1/2 to 1/4 inch rim on all sides. And then gently start rolling this up, pretty much like rolling a jelly roll. There you go. Give it some further trimming if needed, and you are ready. Now, it's very important whenever you stuff any meat, it's really important that you tie it and secure it. Otherwise, during the heating process, it might just unravel and you'll have your stuffing all over the place and it'll be horrible. So what you're going to need is a little bit of butcher twine, and this is available at your local grocery store. And it's always better to have more than less. So I'm just going to take out about an arm length and a half. So, yep, that should do the trick. Tying the tenderloin is a very simple process. You slip the string under the tenderloin, bring it around and make a simple knot. Make sure the knot is firm but not too tight. Then you pull back the string, place your finger where you want the second knot to come, take it round the tip, back again, and make your second loop. And keep doing that till you go all along the tenderloin. Bring it down the underside, back to the front, and tie a simple knot again. Then, using a knife, just cut off the excess string. There you go, you're done. Preheat your oven to 350, and in a heavy bottom pan, heat some oil till it comes to a shimmer. Add the pork tenderloin, and give it a really nice sear on all four sides till you get that golden brown caramelization. A little hit of salt and pepper, and in the oven it goes for 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, it's ready to come out of the oven, and look at that wonderful golden crust. Now take the internal temperature. You want to achieve about 150 to 155. Look at that, it's perfect. The roast is out of the oven and it looks fantastic. But first, I'm not going to cut into it right away. I'm going to cover it with a little bit of foil and I'm just going to let it rest. It's really important for your meat to rest. During the cooking process, all the juices in the meat are just almost evaporating and they're rushing to the surface. And if you cut the meat right out of the oven, you're going to lose all that wonderful juice right there. So you want it to rest and you want the juices to get back into the roast. So when you cut it, you have this really nice juicy piece of meat. And now to make a delicious pan sauce, I'm using some chicken stock to deglaze the pan in which I cooked the pork, some rosemary, sage and thyme leaves. Reduce the chicken stock and at this point discard the herbs. Thicken it with a little bit of cream and a spoon of Dijon mustard. And there you go, it's as simple as that. Your pan sauce is ready for serving. The pork is now sufficiently rested. It's now time to carve up. We discard the string and cut the pork to get nice, beautiful, thick slices. Look how gorgeous it is. Layer it out on your plate. Use your favorite Thanksgiving sides. I've chosen a green bean casserole and caramelized sweet potato with a hint of Kashmiri chilies. Ladle a little bit of that delicious pan sauce all over it. And for garnish, a sprig of thyme. We are ready! And there you have it! A traditional Thanksgiving feast that is not so traditional. Instead of turkey, it's pork tenderloin, but pork tenderloin with a traditional Thanksgiving stuffing, caramelized sweet potato with pecan and Kashmiri chilies, and individual green bean casseroles. This is Chef Dama signing out. I'll look forward to seeing you the next time on Cooking with Chef Dama. Wishing one and all happy Thanksgiving and of course, happy eating.